Welcome to Vision Magazine. I'm Karina Levine.
I'm here with Jesse James Tucker of Tucson's Rising Phoenix in Self-Defense.
This episode is brought to you by...
Tell us, how did you start out originally?
Okay, so when this whole venture started, while yes, I did have a few investors who wanted to get things, hit the ground running. Let's get a location, let's get equipment. I was not comfortable, accepting money because I had never started something from the beginning. Most of my experience was running somebody else's gym that's already established. So I didn't want to drag somebody else down if I couldn't do it. So I told them I need to build enough clients on my own. That way, when you do put your money in the pot, we are pretty close to breaking even. So it took me about 9 months, and I was primarily running classes at Himmel Park. And I rented some space from a few dojos around town, for random classes. But literally, this started with me, teaching out of Himmel Park.
That's awesome. This is a major success story because look at you now.
It is a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. When you're doing what you love, they say when you're doing what you love, you never truly work a day in your life. Well, that's not true. When you do what you love, you work very, 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 very hard to continue doing what you love.
What do you do for the different people that come into your dojo? You were talking about diversity. What do you do for them?
So here's the thing, is that, this is real, primarily what we do is Krav Maga, and Krav Maga is an intense form of self-defense. It's the same military fighting system that the Israeli military uses. So to make this applicable to all walks of life, I have to address all comfort levels. People, might have a past where they may not be ready to do the harder training. So we have to be able to balance out people who need a slower start versus people who, want to hit the ground running. They want to get punched in the face. They want to do the stuff intense. So we have a really good way of catering to all skill levels and all walks of life.
A lot of people believe that what you do is considered an art form. How do you respond to that when people consider what you do here art?
I would say the art is in how we handle each person on an individual basis. I get to know their comfort level. I get to know what their goals are. Outside of the group classes, I really want to make sure they're getting what they want from the training in addition to what they need. And this is, diet and nutrition support, the personal training aspect, training the self-defense tactics and techniques they want to learn. But the other part of that is the community we have here. Everyone here trains. They train hard, but they're very warm and welcoming and friendly. I've always felt that there's a saying with absolute power comes absolute corruption, and I think with any power comes some corruption. And the same thing is when you're training, whether it be mixed martial arts or boxing or grappling, it does feel very powerful learning these skills. And I think a lot of places out there, their ego gets a little bit too involved and they become a little too self-centered and they don't really care about anyone else. I think, in my opinion, that's kind of weakness to give into that power, if you will. It's much harder to resist that corruption and maintain a good person. Maintain being a good person, maintain being friendly, being warm and welcoming, and truly wanting to help other people. So part of this is personally me meeting everybody at their level and giving them what they want and what they need. But you also have a whole community full of people that are also like-minded and want to do the same thing. They're here to, of course, improve their own skills, but they want to help every single person that walks through the door become the best they can be as well.
Thank you for watching Vision Magazine.